Welcome back to Education Over Everything. Dr. Yusuf Sabri. Happy New Year for those who haven't tuned in since January 2026. I wish you the best. I wish you much success. We're going to jump right into it. I'm in the higher education field, and I've been in education, urban education, for 20 years. 20 plus years now. And I consider myself an expert when it comes to urban education. I'll probably retire in urban education because that's my passion. I like helping my people, and it's rewarding. It doesn't seem rewarding, it is rewarding. To get someone a student who's questioning themselves, questioning their abilities, and to change and mold their minds and have them thinking about success in their future and what they could become is always rewarding. Seeing students walk across the stage, whether it's middle school, high school, or college, it's a beautiful thing. But today, we're going to be talking about a few things, but I wanted to put emphasis on the importance of this secret gem. And what I mean by secret gem, I'll say community college. And I'm not like a advertising community college because I work in community college. I'm advertising community college and promoting community college because I think it's a secret weapon. I think it's a secret weapon. I believe it's a secret weapon. I will stand on that probably till I'm out of here. And the secret weapon, and it's not just for urban communities. It's a community college, and they're in a lot of communities, urban, suburban. However, community college is unique in its own right. You be like, oh, community college, man, that ain't nothing, man. Man, what you going there for, man? Community college, man, you going to JUCO, oh, you going to 13th grade, oh, blah, 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 blah. Foolish. All those comments are foolish. Community college is unique and totally different, not totally different, but different from a four-year institution. In some cases, it could be better than a four-year institution. One, financially, off top, is better. The first 60 credits of your college career financially is better. You're winning going to community college. Now, community college is unique because you could do career and technical education, trades. 2 years, 2.5 years, out of there, start making money. Sometimes 4 year, some people leave 4 years and won't be making as much money as the students who left community college after 2 years. And being in way more debt. I'm talking about community college is like 10% of what four-year institutions cost. So it makes sense right there. So if we're behind, not say if, we are behind as an urban community, as African American community, as the black community, educationally, we're behind. And it's other groups not too far behind us when it comes to education, but overall, we're behind. And it's not a secret. To catch up, though, to make the playing field even, you can go to community college and even it all back up. Where you thought, oh, I didn't make it to University of Michigan, I didn't make it to Michigan State, I didn't make it to Ohio State, I didn't make it to UCLA. I didn't make it to Arkansas. I didn't make it to Missouri. I didn't make it here. I didn't make it there. I didn't make it to Howard, FAMU, blah, 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 blah. You can still even the playing field with community college. I'm going to say it till my face turns blue. Red, purple, whatever. You can even the playing field going to community college and graduating with your associate's degree or certificate. Welding, nursing, cybersecurity, plumbing, HVAC, cosmetology. Community colleges are flexible in that way. Whatever the workforce needs, they go to community colleges to train, to create programs and curriculums to train up a workforce to go feed the demand of whatever these companies or industries need work for. And that might not be your thing. That's just one piece of community college. Welders, CNC machinery, 3D printing. All that stuff you can find in community college. All those fields you can find in community college. Digital media production. You can graduate in community college 2 years with a certification and make money for the rest of your life. And not really be in debt for real. And if you are in debt, you could pay that debt. You could pay community college debt as long as you're not abusing it. You could pay it. It makes sense. So if you behind, you feel down, you went to a 4-year, you realized it was too much, and you came back discouraged and disappointed and depressed, go to community college. Bounce back. You can bounce back quick. Or you in high school, don't know what you want to do, go to community college, take a couple classes, get you a job, work, and then by the end of the maybe 3.5 years, you'll be done. Associate's degree or certificate, and then at that point, hopefully you may have found a passion, and you pursuing your passion with certifications, with paperwork behind you. That's the benefit. We have to start thinking smarter. As a community, we have to start thinking smarter. Why put yourself in that much debt? Knowing you're not strong academically. Parents, we know we draining our pockets. We having fish fries, fundraisers at the church, raising money, all types of money, send this child to college who we really are not confident about becoming successful. It's like we know that's what they're supposed to do, so we're going to do it. No, we don't have to do it that way. You don't have to go the 4-year route off the bat. You don't. You can go to community college. Be smart. It's time for us to be smarter. Parents, students, we chasing the glitter and not the gold. So what? Little Tony went to Michigan. You're not little Tony. You got to go to community college. It's still college. The classes are the same. You still taking the college algebra. You still taking the English 1, and you might have to take English 2. American government is the same. Speech is the same. Econ is the same. Psychology is the same. Sociology is the same. Same classes. College level classes that transfer. But we have to be smart. We have to be smart. We get caught up in names and labels. That's what we do. We get caught up in the names and the labels. Just like the fashion, just like the cars, just like the houses, just like the cities. That's what we do, unfortunately. Instead of being smart. Those are not our names. We have to make a name for ourselves. We have to do what's right for ourselves. We have to think for ourselves. It ain't U of M or bust. It ain't Eastern Michigan or bust. You can still go to community college and see nobody in your mind. You think you're stepping down a notch in your mind. But not in the smart person's mind. Not in the person's mind who thinks logically. If you don't have any money, you can't afford to send your kid out of state. What is wrong with you? Just because the kid, oh, mom, I want to do that. Look here. If you want to start off your life in debt, when you're already in debt, go be stupid and go there. When you could go 4 or 5 miles, you can catch the bus, you get a little quick Uber, somebody will drop you off that you know. You can go there, take your classes, $120 per credit hour. Fill your hole, take a full load, 12, 15 credit hours. Be done in 2 years. And have the same, you get that certification, and those colleges have articulation agreements with community colleges. Your credits are going to transfer and when you transfer to Michigan State, and that person has been there their first 2 years in Michigan State, you a junior just like they're a junior. Nobody's going to look at your transcripts and say, oh, you went to community college. You're not as smart as me. That don't mean nothing. It doesn't even matter at that point. You took care of business. Now let's say you get your associates plus a certification and you still want to go to a 4-year, that's fine. But now you got a skill. You got a skill set. You a welder with associates and going to this 4-year university, 4-year institution that has a welding program. Your credits transfer over. You got 2 years left. Boom, you done. You got to pay a little debt off, but you making money while you going to school, and you guaranteed more money when you get this 4-year degree. It's a beautiful situation if you know how to work it. But we get caught up in the name. We get caught up in the clout. We get caught up in the notoriety. Oh, my child is going to blah, blah, blah. Man, but you know, you go home and your stomach is hurting. Because you got to figure out how you going to pay that tuition. That Pell Grant didn't go through. Your daughter at school crying on the phone to you because the bursar's office said, a registrar's office said, if you don't pay this money, you ain't going to be able to attend this semester. You ain't going to have no room or a meal plan. You sick. You got robbed Peter to pay Paul when they could have went to community college. Because you want your child to do this and do that. But it's only our people, though. I mean, other cultures, other races do it too. But, you know, we like to do our thing. We like to show off. You know, we like to make things seem better than what it really is. And then it always bites you in the ass in the end. Always. So we have to be smarter in our approach to our children's education. We have to be. Community college.
Hi, I'm Amir, and this is my book, At the Zoo. And it's about a girl who goes to the zoo, and she thinks it's unfair that all the animals are locked in cages, and you can find it on Amazon. Wow. It's a very good book.
All I'm saying is that we have to make, as parents, we have to make the best decision for our children and ourselves. We don't want to put ourselves in a situation that we can't recover from because we're trying to do something that we can't. And now what I mean, can't, like, do something that we can't. What I mean by that is by killing yourself to put your child in a four-year institution with extremely high tuition, room and board, when you could put your child in a community college for 2 years and then transfer over, and you give your child time to adjust, and you give yourself time to adjust financially. You can plan better. It might be more scholarship opportunities. We don't know. But my advice is to do your research. Thorough research. Don't be happy, oh, my child got accepted. Accepted means you still have to pay. Scholarship means you don't have to pay. Accepted, you still got to pay. Scholarship means you don't have to pay. So being accepted, oh, that's cool. That's what, if you go to high school and do well all 4 years of high school, it's the expectation for you to get accepted to a four-year institution. That's the expectation. The excitement comes with the four-year institution that you really wanted to go to. Now, if it's a couple situations now. If your child is superb in science, or say a subject, and that four-year institution specializes in that field, that subject that your child wants to pursue, then you got to do what you got to do. But don't forget about the community college option, because the first 2 years of college are general education courses. And that's what community college is. That's what any four-year institution, those gen ed requirements have to be met before you jump into your major. Some people take a little bit of class in their major early, just a few. But majority of it's gen ed. And you can take those anywhere. Now, some institutions might require you to be there all 4 years. That's different. Do your research. Do your research. Do your research. Do your research. We have Google. We have Chat, GPT. We have all types of search engines where you can do your research. Because you don't want to look stupid at the end. You don't want to feel like you wasted your time and your child has wasted their time because you didn't do your research. And I'm going to be honest, coming out of high school, I wasn't familiar with the functionality of community college. And I still wouldn't have went because I got a basketball scholarship. But if I didn't, that would be a viable option. Because it makes sense. It makes sense. College in your community. Take advantage of it. Now, excuse me. Another advantage that we as parents, we as students need to take advantage of. Another gem. This is a jewel. This is a jewel. Dual enrollment. Now, that's a whole nother twist. It's cold-blooded. It's cold-blooded. People my age and older, and I'll say, and a little younger, maybe 4 to 5 years younger than me, 6 or 7 years younger than me. didn't have the opportunity to take advantage of dual enrollment. And dual enrollment is where a high school student can take college courses and potentially get an associate's degree at the same time they get their high school diploma. Cold. And a lot of districts, high school districts, pay so parents, you won't even have to come out your pocket. So when they graduate high school, they have the chance to earn an associate's. Now you can still go to that 4-year school, transfer in as a junior, got 2 years worth of tuition left, you out of there. Cold. The coldest thing out. The coldest thing out. If your son is suspect on the court or the field, and you know they probably ain't gonna bring in a basketball scholarship, look into that dual enrollment. I'm telling you, it's the coldest thing out. It's the coldest thing out. Free for a lot of districts. I know here in Detroit Public Schools, they pay for the students. You know how I know? Because I'm over the dual enrollment. And I deal with Detroit Public School District every semester. I see these students come in with 0 credits as a freshman. And some have earned 60 credits by the senior year. It's the coldest thing out. You talking about saving money? You talking about getting to the bag faster? And not only can they take advantage of the academic, sometimes they can take advantage of the CTE, the career and technical education side. That's even colder. Parents, if you don't do anything else, support your child that way. Give them the opportunity that you didn't have. Enroll them in dual enrollment. I'm talking about if your child goes to an elite school, private school, you can still enroll in dual enrollment. And if they go to a public school or a charter school, they can still enroll in dual enrollment. It's saving you money, parents. It's saving you money, and those credits transfer. Trust me. We have something called an articulation agreement, where the 4-year institutions agreed to these set of classes. If these students take these set of classes within this agreement, it's close to an associate, it's not even a full associate's, but if they agree to these classes, all of these classes will transfer under that transfer agreement between the community college and the 4-year institution. It only makes sense. So, community college is a gym in itself after high school, or you could take advantage of this community college gym and do dual enrollment. Come on now. You can't beat it. You can't beat it. Only a fool would not look into that. Now, if your son or daughter is excelling academically and they don't need it, they getting 4.0s. All right, let me tell you this too. AP classes are not the same as college courses. You don't have to test out a dual enrollment class for that class to transfer to that institution. You got to test out that AP class. And if you don't pass, you don't get the credit and doesn't transfer. But dual enrollment, all you got to do is pass the class. See you better. Transfers. With no tests. Some students, it's a lot of different variations of dual enrollment. Concurrent enrollment, early middle college. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, parents. Specifically, my parents in urban communities. My parents who have to figure out how to pay for college. They want their student, they want their child to make it, but they can't figure it out. Put them in dual enrollment. Freshman year, put them in dual enrollment. And if you don't know the subjects, just motivate them. Encourage them to stay in it and complete. We say we want our child to go, but do we support them? Do we motivate them? I hope so. But take advantage of the jewels. Take advantage of these jewels that the community has. I'm telling you. If you confused, hit me up, inbox me, put it in the comments. I'll lead you to the water. I'll lead you right to the water. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do. I do this every day in real time. If you out of district, you not in Detroit, you somewhere else, get with me and we can work it out. Even if it's not with me, even if it's not with my institution, I can still point you in the right direction. Because I want to see you win. I want to see us win. If you're not taking advantage of dual enrollment and you just your child is just mediocre, you're crazy. You're crazy. But I did my research. And it might not be you're crazy. It might just be that you're not smart. And you're like, oh, what you mean? You hating? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. This is data. Data shows us that over 50% of American adults read under a 6th grade level, 6th grade or below. Adult literacy stinks in America. 26% or 21% of adults in America are illiterate. (54%) 54% of adults read at a 6th grade or below level. 21% of adults in America are just flat out illiterate. Wow. Wow. And because of that, 69% of our 4th graders in America are less than proficient in math and in reading. Scary, man. And this is based on the National Literacy Institute. So I just didn't pull these out of the sky. This ain't no barbershop talk. This is real data. Alarming data. So when I say 21% of Americans, 21% of all Americans are illiterate, and 54% read, you know what 54% is? That translates to 130 million Americans read at a 6th grade or below level. So maybe you just don't know the benefits of community college. Maybe you just don't know to take advantage of dual enrollment for your student, your child. Maybe you just don't know. Because some of y'all might be in that 21%. Some of y'all might be in that 54%. And another thing that the National Literacy Institute mentioned, that the gap between the top students and the bottom, it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting bigger and bigger. So I get it. I understand it now. I understand. The parents are dumb. So that's why the students are dumb. It only makes sense. It only makes sense. You'll be surprised at the lack of effort that these parents put towards education, lack of emphasis that these parents put towards education. Like I said, I've been doing this 20 years, 21 years in urban education. And a whole lot of different capacities, but strong 21. And I've seen a lot. I've been cussed out by so many parents, I can't even count. I've been, a couple parents tried to jump me. Yeah. Yeah. So it was I was a dean at a middle school, dean and athletic director at a middle school. I'm not gonna say the middle school's name because they don't even deserve it. It's a hustle over there. But the young girl, 6th grade, was into it with another young girl, 6th grade, over a boy. Let's say, girl M and girl A. Girl A had a cast on her hand though. I don't know what happened. But, so after school, I do the dismissal, get on the megaphone. Hey, get your rides, go home, be safe. No congregating over there. Hey, y'all, break it up. Hey, you go back in the building you got after school. Hey, my man, go home now. Your mama's outside. Blah, blah, blah. Right? On the megaphone, clearing it out. And so, unbeknownst to me, they had a little something brewing. Let's just call Cortez, is the boy, right? So A and M had a thing for Cortez. And I don't really remember the details, but they got into it. And girl A with the cast jumped on girl M, hit her a couple times with the cast. I didn't even see it. I'm doing dismissal. Boom, 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 boom. So toward the end of dismissal, I get approached by an old stud, like an OG stud. They call them bull daggers. I hope I'm sorry. If it's inappropriate, I'm sorry. But old stud. And her daughter, which was a younger stud, and so it was the grandmama and the mama, studs. Then the daughter, M, that just got hit with the cast. And she ain't no angel, but she's still a child. So they approached me. Why you let that girl jump on my daughter? I'm like, excuse me, ma'am. I don't know what you're talking about. We're trying to get this missile done. I'm watching the kids. You let her jump on my daughter? And as they're talking, they're walking towards me. And I'm like, grandma got the cornrows with the little, she ain't cutting her facial hair because she thinks she a dude. So she got the little mustache and little chin hairs coming out her chin. And I'm like, I'm just looking at the mustache. I can't focus on what they're saying because I know. Nowhere, I'm 6'2", 225, 230, pretty much regular. I know they don't think that they about to do something to me. So I'm backing up. I'm like, man, what happened? Let's wait till the students clear. We can come back in and we can talk about it. No, F that. You let that girl jump on my daughter. And they're getting closer. Like, so the gym is on the opposite side of the parking lot. across the parking lot from the school, excuse me, and they kind of backing me up into the gym door. So I'm like, oh, they think they about to jump me. So I said, ma'am, excuse me. I appreciate it if you give me my space. I appreciate it. I apologize for what happened. We can look into it. If we could talk to such and such and such and such and such and such, and we can get this straight. Is she okay? Is she bleeding? She didn't. None of that mattered. F this, man, N, U, M, F, blah, 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 my baby. So it's grandma, mama getting fired up. And they approaching me like some dudes. So as a dean, I got the walkie-talkies. So we got security. So, like any other time outside of work, it wouldn't even been no issue. I would probably laughed it off and kept walking. You know what I'm saying? But I like, damn, they about to jump me. So I try to get to security. But dismissal time, there's kids screaming and, kids running around and, so that they can't really hear me. I'm like, hey, security. I got an issue over here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Never came. So I said, okay. It's still students coming out of the building, because they had maybe clean up or something, and their mamas might have came a little later, so they coming late. They weren't part of the main dismissal groups. And so I said, okay. Security not answering. They backed me up against the door. I said, the first student that walked through this door, I'm sliding in the door and closing and locking the door because I got the keys. So I go boop, boop, pop it, and then they can't get in. So that's exactly what I did. And it's a funny example because I wasn't threatened, but they felt like they were threatening me. Like they had me up against the wall, the door. But this is urban education. That same school, we had a third grader bring probably, I forgot what the police said, about 5 grams of cocaine. And not only did he bring the 5 grams of cocaine to school, when he brought it that morning, he got up in the middle of class. This is the time period this song was out. OT Genesis, I'm in love with the cocoa. He stood up in class. I'm in love with the cocoa. I'm in love with the cocoa. 3rd grade. I couldn't believe it. And come to find out, he just got kicked out of another school last year for bringing bullets to school. So these are the parents that we're dealing with. This is the community that we're dealing with. So maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't know how to support their child. Maybe they just leave it up to the school and lead them in the right direction. They happy when their child graduate high school, and just get them a job, get them out the house. I did my part. They grown now. No. You're not done. There's still more guidance to be done. You still have to guide. You still have to support. But that's a cop-out. Now, one time, did you do research on how your child can become better get in a better situation than you? Most of the times, I worked at this plant or this situation, I'm just going to get my child in. But are we really putting forth effort to do our research? I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm telling you what to do. I'm trying to unlock the code for you. So right now, we're going to focus on community college and dual enrollment. Community college, dual enrollment. Research those. Then, after you fully research, if that doesn't cater toward your needs, then we'll go in another direction. But let's start there. Let's take advantage of what we can take advantage of right now. You don't need to take an SAT or ACT to get in community college. All you need is a high school diploma. And if you don't have one, you can enroll in GED in a community college and then take your college classes after that. It only makes sense. So let's be smart about our approach. Let's be smart how we approach this thing. Because it can take us down roads we've never traveled, successful roads, lifelong roads. We can see wages that we wouldn't imagine if we take advantage of these routes. So think about it. If you have any questions, just hit in the comments and we'll get in touch and we can talk, because it's that important. Your child's future is that important. It's important. And I understand if you don't know how to navigate it, but look into these things. Don't get caught up in the glitter. Don't get caught up in the glitter. Do what you feel is the best for you and your family. And you have to run your own race. Don't be worried about Keisha's race. Don't be worried about Tyrone's race. Worry about your race. And focus on your race. If you do that, I guarantee you will win. Until next time, share, like, subscribe, comment, engage. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, put it in the comments and we can go from there. Peace.